please hit that subscribe button. Hey everybody, better suited to win the Stanley Cup this season. If you are new to the channel, the Washington Capitals, the Boston Bruins.
Slap shot and he scored! And we're live. And we're live. What is going on, everybody? We are back for another live stream tonight. We're going to be looking at some more hockey cards that I have here in my collection. And also, we've got big news out of the NHL today. The players have agreed to the 24-team playoff format. So, obviously, that is massive news. That is not anything guaranteed as far as an official plan yet. However, what we do know is that the players have agreed to the 24-team playoff format, which is a huge first step towards getting hockey back. Obviously, they still have a lot of work to do as far as how they're going to safely bring these players back. As far as a timeline, as far as when they're going to begin, as far as anything, as far as how training camp's going to work, and then into the playoff, any of that. There's still a whole lot of stuff to figure out. However, that is a huge first step back towards getting hockey games playing again, is getting the players to agree to this format. So it's a massive step in the right direction for all of us in getting hockey back. Let's see, we got a few people in the chat already here. Sutton, DeGamer, Bruins fan, THG, Rob, Derek, Nick. What's going on, everybody? Thank you guys so much for being here. Very much appreciated. Really great to have so many people here already. We're just getting the stream going. It should be a fun one tonight, hopefully. We're going to be doing some more hockey cards as well as talking all things NHL. And, yeah, this should be a fun time, guys, so I appreciate you all being here. Dude, I don't know any of the specifics as far as what players, what teams voted what. I have no idea. All I know is that it passed the players union, so that's all that matters. It passed the players union. The players have agreed to the 24-team playoffs. Yes, I mean, obviously, Emma, I do have new subscribers. Yes, that's what's supposed to happen. Hey, what's going on, DMV? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for being here. Very much appreciated. Hope you guys enjoy this one. I've been drinking since 3 o'clock, so this is going to be a fun one. We got a couple beers more for tonight. Yeah, this should be a good stream. Let's see. It doesn't matter if Pittsburgh... No, I didn't see that, and I really don't care, Nick. It doesn't matter. As a whole, the players agreed, so it doesn't matter what Pittsburgh thinks. Hey, there you go, DMV. Yeah, dude, I've seen them on Instagram. They look good, man. Pittsburgh's probably mad because they're gonna lose in the first round. They're gonna play Montreal and get beat by Carey Price in the first round. That's why Pittsburgh's mad. Yep, probably DMV. She's probably going to annoy you tomorrow. 100%. Yeah, it literally doesn't matter. The one team cannot do anything. It's been agreed to. It's been agreed to. The players have agreed. The league has agreed. That's the way it is. So we'll see what happens from here. Like I said, there's still a long way to go, guys. There's still a long there's still a long way to go as far as them setting a timetable, them setting rules for how they're going to be able to return. Would I laugh if Tampa Bay gets swept again? Absolutely. That'd be absolutely hilarious if Tampa Bay gets swept again. I don't think a Canadian team wins a cup. None of the Canadian teams, to me, None of the Canadian teams to me are really anywhere near Stanley Cup level, in my opinion. So I don't think a Canadian team wins the Stanley Cup this year. None of them are even really close. Yeah, I can't see any of those Canadian teams actually winning anything or going even that deep. Edmonton could go deep into the playoffs just because of McDavid and Draisaitl, but I mean the Canadian teams in the East for the most part stink. Toronto is the best one, and their defense is so bad. And then out west you have Edmonton, who's pretty good. Calgary and Edmonton are probably pretty similar, but other than that, there's no Canadian teams going deep into the playoffs, so I don't see them winning it this year at all. Oh, they're going to be real rusty at the start, Derek. That's why they're having like a 3-week training camp, because these players haven't played in months. It's literally, when they come back, it's going to be like starting the season all over again. It's literally going to be them starting the season all over again, like as far as the players hitting a reset button. It's going to be very, very rusty when they get back. Yeah, well, what Pittsburgh thinks doesn't really matter, so... Well, this stream is actually supposed to be about hockey cards again. So why don't we start that rather than arguing in the chat about meaningless garbage? Let's start hockey cards again. So we've got a 1990-91 Pro set here, NHL Pro set, the hottest cards on ice according to this package. 1990-91 Series 2. 15 cards in this package, so let's get it started here and see what it is. And the first card is nothing. It's just the puck. I don't understand the point of this card. I have no idea, but it's just a puck, so I guess that's cool. Here we go. All right. We got a left wing for the Vancouver Canucks here, Robert Cron. So not a player that I'm overly familiar with, but let's see. He had 22 goals and 22 assists in 1990. So pretty, I mean, that's pretty good a season. That's a pretty good season for sure. Oh, no, that was not in the NHL. That was in the Czech League. So this is his first season in the NHL, I believe, then, because all his stats before this come from the Czech League, where he had 22 goals and 22 assists. So that's interesting. So Robert Cron, don't know much about him, but obviously he came from the Czech League. Hey, Islanders fans, let's go. We got another Mick Vukoda. We've got another Mick Vukoda here. So obviously I did a Enforcer Hall of Fame on him. All-time leading penalty minute leader for the New York Islanders. Big-time fighter for them. So another Vukoda card. That's cool. Whoa, we got a ref card. That's interesting. I haven't seen one of these before. We got a ref card. This is Terry Gregson. So I don't know. I feel like I don't know that name, but Terry Gregson, referee. And we got another ref card here, Rob Schick. I feel like I do know that name. I definitely know Rob Schick. But we got a couple of referee cards here again, so that's cool. Haven't really seen those. National Hockey League official. I can't believe that they gave officials cards back then. That's really interesting, actually. I wish I had a Wes McCauley card for sure. That'd be really, really cool. All right, here we go. Minnesota North Stars. Love, love, love their jerseys. Ilka Sinisalo. Not someone that I really know a whole lot about, but this is Ilka Sinisalo. This is his first year with the North Stars after playing in Philly before that. But that's a pretty cool card there for sure. Here we go. Here we go. This is a very interesting card here. Another player that I really don't know. Walt Podubny. Left wing for the New Jersey Devils. Walt Podubny. I really don't know much about that, but that's obviously a cool card. He has a great mustache as well, so big shout out there to Podubny for a great mustache. Montreal Canadiens card here, Brent Gilchrist. Gilchrist of the Montreal Canadiens here, so another cool card for sure. He was a center, not a big point producer, looks like a depth guy for Montreal. Let's see. Goaltender for the Canadiens here, J.C. Bergeron. So J.C. Bergeron, obviously a backup, not a starter at all for the Montreal Canadiens, but backup goalie in there he is. So we got a couple of Canadiens cards there. Hey, here's a good one. Thomas Steen, Winnipeg Jets. Captain of the Winnipeg Jets at this point. Last hockey card stream, we talked about Thomas Steen. He's the father of Alex Steen, who plays for the St. Louis Blues. He was a very, very good player in his own right, mostly with the Winnipeg Jets. Had a stellar NHL career. Oh, here we go. Another great card here. Bobby Smith. Bobby Smith with the Minnesota North Stars. Bobby Smith had a very, very good NHL career for sure. Played with Montreal, played with Minnesota. Long-time player in the league for sure. Big numbers as well for him. I mean, some serious point totals. 75, 93, 83. Big-time point totals there for sure. Oh, here we go. Another Montreal Canadian. And you know it's a Canadian when very, very French name. Jean-Jacques Dagno. Not exactly sure how you say that. But here you go. Another Montreal Canadiens card here. Jean-Jacques Dagno. Paul Fenton. Here we go. Left wing for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Maple Leaf fans might remember him. Paul Fenton with Toronto. So that's a pretty cool card, obviously. Let me turn it the right way, although this glare is pretty rough. But that's a decent card. No real, superstars in this one, though. Jocelyn Lemieux. Here we go. All right, Jocelyn Lemieux here with the Chicago Blackhawks. He had a pretty long NHL career for a number of different teams. Pretty good depth player back in the day. And we have another Lemieux. Oh, I wish I didn't have this card. One of my least favorite players of all time, Claude Lemieux with the New Jersey Devils. This is after he played with Montreal. Before he went to Colorado, he was a New Jersey Devil. And here's a Claude Lemieux card, even though I absolutely hate Claude Lemieux. And that's it for this one. So that's the end of that pack. Not a lot of real star power in that one. Thomas Steen, Claude Lemieux, Bobby Smith. Those were pretty much the biggest cards in that one. Definitely not as good as some of the other packs that we've opened so far, but that's what happens. Not everyone can have Wayne Gretzky and Brett Hull in them, so we move on. But that was a pretty good one. All right, let me try and get this one back in the package so they don't get damaged. I don't know why this is being so difficult, but it is. Come on, just go. There we go. All right, we're good now. We'll move on to the next pack as these go back in. Here we go. We've got a 1991-92 NHL Series 1 here. 12 trading cards. Pro Set Platinum. Pro Set Platinum. So these are really interesting. So we'll see what these have in store for us here. go. We've got a team card here, Detroit Red Wings. It just has the Red Wings jersey on it. And it's just a team card. So we got a Detroit Red Wings card here. We got another team card with the New York Rangers. So we've got Red Wings and Rangers, 2 original 6 teams. And a third original 6 team with the Chicago Blackhawks. So three team cards here to start out this pack with the Rangers, Red Wings, and Blackhawks. So those aren't any individual players or anything like that. They're just team cards to look at. What's going on, Leafs Forever? A little busy right now, but I'm ignoring all the stupid stuff in the chat. I'm literally just going to ignore the chat. If people keep spamming or just putting stupid stuff, I'm just going to ignore it. So. Here we go. First player from this one. Steve Smith. Oh, God, I love Steve Smith. I've talked about him a lot. Defenseman. Obviously, he played with the Edmonton Oilers for a long, long time. This is him towards the end of his career with the Chicago Blackhawks. But Steve Smith was a very, very good, very underrated defensive defenseman for a long, long time in the league. So, yeah, that's a cool card. I love Steve Smith. Like, I feel like he's one of the more underrated players of all time. Here we go. Kevin Hatcher with the Washington Capitals. Obviously, that's a really, really cool card. Kevin Hatcher was a very good defenseman for them for a long, long time in the league. Platinum performer, a towering strength on the blue line, 6'4", 225 pounds. You are not kidding with that. 100%. So, nice Kevin Hatcher card there. Man, these Platinums are pretty good. These are high-level players. Here we go. Kelly Hrudey. Kelly Hrudey, goaltender for the LA Kings. Obviously, a very good goalie in the 80s and 90s. And he played a long time in the league and was a great goaltender. Another Washington Capitals player here. Another great Washington Capital here. Al Iafrate. One of the hardest shots of all time. Al Iafrate here. Absolutely could rip it with his shot from the point. So that's obviously an awesome, awesome card with the Washington Capitals. So we've got Kevin Hatcher and Al Iafrate from the Washington Capitals blue line here. Hey, HTH is here. And Nordic. What's going on? Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Very, very much appreciate it. Great to have you guys in the chat as always. Oh, wow. Another really good Capitals card here. Dino Ciccarelli. He was a very good winger for a long time in the NHL. Not the biggest guy, but he certainly had an edge to him for sure. So, yeah. No, Dino Ciccarelli's a really cool card as well. So, we are ripping some serious Washington Capitals cards in this pack for sure. There have been some awesome ones. And let's see. Here we go. Doesn't get any better than this. Ray Bourque, Boston Bruins. Obviously, captain of the team, one of the greatest defensemen of all time. Just unbelievable NHL career for Ray Bourque. So that's awesome. Hey, Connor, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to hit that like button, guys. Those thumbs up go a long way in helping the channel. And please subscribe as well if you are new. It really helps out a lot and it's very much appreciated. That Ray Bourque card is fantastic. And let's see. Oh, we got another Bruins card here. Goaltender. Andy Moog. Andy Moog playing goalie here for the Boston Bruins. He was a pretty good goalie back in the 90s for Boston. So obviously that's a really cool card as well. And now we're up to, oh, I know who this is. Edmonton Oilers. Esa Tikkanen. One of the original pests in the NHL. Esa Tikkanen was definitely a guy that could get under your skin. He also could put up a lot of points as well. Very, very good player for the Edmonton Oilers back in the day. Hey, what's going on, Wold Wolf? I would say probably not, considering almost all of my cards are from the 90s. And Connor McDavid was not around in the 90s, so I definitely will not probably be getting a McDavid card. And another Robert Cron. So he was in the last pack as well with the Vancouver Canucks, and this is him again. Robert Cron with Vancouver came over from the Czech League and played with the Canucks. So that's a pretty good pack. There were some big-time winners in that pack, to say the least, for sure. Some serious players in that one. That was a platinum pack for a reason, for sure. Hey, there you go, Nordic. That's cool. Yeah, Tikkanen was quite the player back in the day. So here we go. We've got an Upper Deck High Series NHL 1990-1991 here. So, 12 cards in this pack. We'll see how it goes. Wow. All right. So we got one right off the bat, one that we just saw. J.C. Bergeron here with the Montreal Canadiens. He was in a couple packs ago as well. This is him again. Obviously, backup goalie for Montreal. Patrick Waugh was still their starter at this point. Obviously, he was not surpassing Patrick Waugh. So, another nice J.C. Bergeron. Here we go. Joe Cirella with the Quebec Nordiques. God, every time I see Quebec's jerseys, the more I'm reminded of how much I love Quebec's jerseys. And, yeah, here's a Joe Cirella card here. Pretty good player. Played with the Devils, was a defenseman, and then went to Quebec. Here we go. Ooh, this is a good one. Underrated player. Patrick Sundstrom. Underrated player here. Patrick Sundstrom with the New Jersey Devils. And I love these Devils jerseys back in the early 90s. They were very, very clean. Yeah, no, really, really underrated player here. 76 points in 1989-90 with New Jersey. 76 points. That was a good one. All right, Leafs Forever. See you, man. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We've got a Rick Tocchet Philadelphia Flyers card here. This is absolutely fantastic. Rick Tocchet, such a good player. People don't realize how good of a player he was. Obviously, he was really, really tough and could really fight anybody. But he put up big-time points as well. He was very, very much a power forward. Yeah, 96 points with the Flyers in 1989-90. 96 points in 89-90 for a guy who also had 196 penalty minutes that year. So, I mean, Rick Tocchet is the epitome of old-time hockey as far as a guy who can play really, really well and is also really, really tough. Here we go. Goaltender for the Chicago Blackhawks here, Greg Millen. Now, this is someone that I really don't know. So, yeah, it looks like he was a backup with Chicago. And he played for the Blues in Quebec as well. But here's a Greg Millen card. Don't really know much about him. Seems to be a backup goalie. Oh, here we go. Goaltender for the Pittsburgh Penguins, Frank Pietrangelo. So, another goalie here who pretty much a backup goalie, not the starter or anything like that. Hey, what's going on, Firestrike? Welcome to the stream, man. Thank you so much for watching. But Frank Pietrangelo card there with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Here we go. Oh boy, Collector's Choice Steve Yzerman. Stevie Y Collector's Choice card here. So this is obviously a pretty special one. Captain, obviously one of the greatest players in Detroit history. And Detroit is a team full of great players in their history. But Stevie Y was something special. I feel like very underrated playing career. He was really, really good. All right, here we go. New York Rangers. Miloslav Harava. Miloslav Harava. Not really a player I'm overly familiar with. Obviously, he's playing for the New York Rangers here. Let's see. Looks like he Not a big point producer with the Rangers. That's, again, probably why I don't know him. Obviously, these cards are from before I was born. Hey, Slapshot Hockey, welcome. And Coach Plays, welcome, Coach Plays. Thank you so much for being here. Very, very much appreciated. Welcome to the stream. Hey, here we go. We got Gino Ojic card. Let's go. Gino Ojic, obviously longtime enforcer for the Vancouver Canucks. Already in my Enforcer Hall of Fame. One of the toughest guys of the 1990s, to say the least. So that's a really cool card. I'm a huge Ojic fan. I love going back and watching his fight highlights. So that's really cool to have. Hey, Glenn Healy, goaltender for the New York Islanders here. Glenn Healy. He had a pretty good NHL career for quite a while in the league. Played with the Kings, played with the Islanders. Yeah, Coach Plays. It's been good, man. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. And hope everything is well with you as well. This is Glenn Healy. So pretty cool card here. Islanders goaltender. Played with the Kings before the Isles. Had a pretty good long NHL career. Hey, you guys are going to recognize this name, I think. You guys are going to recognize this. Zarli Zalapsky. Zarli Zalapsky. Pittsburgh Penguins player here, defenseman. One of the coolest names in NHL history for sure. Zarli Zalapsky. You don't see that every day. That's another cool card. And then one final one in this pack. And a very, very well-known player. Buffalo Sabres, Dale Hawerchuk. Obviously played a lot of years with the Winnipeg Jets as well. Very, very good NHL player. And awesome card to have in this pack as well. So some really cool cards here in this pack too. Some great players for sure. Very recognizable names, to say the least, in this one. So we'll try and get these back into the pack where they belong. And then I've got one more of these packs, and then we're going to go to a box that my dad gave me with some random cards in it. And I think part of a team set as well, or a season set as well. But I'm not entirely sure. I haven't looked in it in a long time. I don't know if these are going to fit back in the original packaging. Probably not. It's not looking like it. We'll see. Maybe. I'm not going to waste too much time with it if they don't. It's starting to look like they're not going to. Alright, I'll just rip it. So we'll rip it down the seam and try and get it open enough. There we go. Wow, it still doesn't want to go. Jesus, how tight is this packaging? They still don't want to go back in. This is ridiculous. Dude, you were literally just in here. You fit in before. I don't know why it wouldn't fit in now. Oh, there we go. All right, that's in. Last one of these kinds of sets, guys. And then we'll move on to the box. But we got one more of these. So the same thing. Upper Deck High Series 1990, 1991. So same year as the last group, and I'm sure we're going to get some different cards in here as well. Hey, TTC, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you being here as always. Thanks for stopping in, everyone. Please remember, drop those likes, guys. I don't know why the like count... We've literally gotten like twice as many people in here and the like count hasn't gone up at all. That should be the first thing you do when you click on the stream is hit the like button, guys. We need those thumbs up or else no one else is going to watch. So please hit that thumbs up, guys, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Helps out a lot and is very, very much appreciated. We're just going through some hockey cards here. This is a 1990-1991 pack. And we've got Sylvain Lefebvre from the Montreal Canadiens. I don't even know if I said that right. Very French. I'm not I'm not particularly well versed in French, but he was a defenseman for Montreal. I recognize the name, but don't know a whole lot about him. But that's a pretty cool card to start. Oh, here we go. Hey, Islanders fans. Where are the Islanders fans at? We've got a collector's choice Pat LaFontaine here. Obviously, extremely good player for the Islanders and Buffalo. But great NHL player from the 90s here. Pat LaFontaine. And this is a collector's choice New York Islanders card. So that's a really, really good one for sure. Here we go. We've got a premier #1 draft card. So he was a first round draft pick for the Toronto Maple Leafs out of Kingston. And it is Drake Berehowski, who I don't know. So I feel like he did not go on to have a particularly spectacular NHL career because I don't really know the name Drake Berehowski very well. But he is a first-round draft pick for the Toronto Maple Leafs here. And this card is from before he ever played an NHL game. This is before he ever played an NHL game. Hey, here we go. Jan Eriksson. Jan Eriksson with the New York Rangers here. Another pretty good underrated player. Good depth guy here for the Rangers, and definitely a player that I've heard of. But 100%, that's a cool card there. Oh, here we go. We got an NHL All-Star card here. Jeremy Roenick, back when he was with the Chicago Blackhawks. This is Jeremy Roenick All-Star card. Obviously, you can see he's in the All-Star jersey here. So that's really, really cool. And that's a cool card. Roenick was a fantastic player. Again, another one of those guys that could bring the physicality, get under your skin, and bring the points as well. Hey, what's going on, Nick? Appreciate you being here as always, bro. Thanks for stopping in. Remember to hit that like button, guys. We need those likes on the video to get more people here. We had another one of these cards. We had another one of these cards in one of the packs last week when I did one of these streams. Daniel Berthume, I'm not sure exactly how you say it, but goaltender here for the Minnesota North Stars. Again, Minnesota's jerseys were absolutely fire. Yeah, really cool card there. Let's see. I'm going to check his stats. He was a goaltender. Looks like kind of a backup goalie. I don't think he was ever like a big-time goaltender. Looks like mostly a backup to me. Another New York Islander here, Jeff Norton. Jeff Norton, defenseman for the New York Islanders in the early 90s. In late 80s as well, obviously. So pretty cool one there. Wow, 53 points in 1989-90. 53 points. Oh, here we go. Troy Crowder. Troy Crowder. Very, very good player back in the 90s as well. Troy Crowder here with the New Jersey Devils. Yeah, he was an interesting player for throughout the 90s. Brought a lot to the table, and is kind of another forgotten guy, I think. Whoa, here we go. Sutton, stop or you're going to get timed out. You're going to get timed out, Sutton, if you don't stop. There's no reason to be putting stuff like that in the chat. Here we go. This is a huge card. Another collector's choice, another collector's edition. Mark Messier, Edmonton Oilers. This is obviously a really, really awesome card to me. Messier is one of the greatest players in NHL history. Won a bunch of Stanley Cups with Edmonton. Won one with New York as well. Really, really cool card here. And it's a special collector's edition one, so that makes it even better. Hey, here we go, Flyers fans. We got Gord Murphy, defenseman for the Philadelphia Flyers here. So, Gord Murphy here. Wow, pretty good season there in 1989-90. 41 points to go along with his 96 penalty minutes in with the Islanders in 89-90. And let's see, who do we got here? Well, we got a Winnipeg Jets goaltender, Rick Tabaraki. I've never even heard of him. I don't know anything about this goalie. Rick Tabaraki, I'm not sure exactly how you say it. This picture here is fantastic. He's the goalie, but he's absolutely leveling one of these players. It looks like it's from the St. Louis Blues. But he was a Winnipeg Jets goaltender. Looks like he was mostly a backup based on his games played totals. But yeah, Rick Tabaraki. I don't know anything about him, so that's cool because that's a completely new player there that I don't even know. And whoa, here we go, John Tonelli. John Tonelli, but with the Los Angeles Kings at this point. So, obviously that's really cool. Here's John Tonelli. Left wing with the LA Kings, and still putting up good numbers, 60 plus points with the LA Kings in 1989-90. So, that's a pretty good one there. So that's cool. So that finishes up this pack. Hey, what's going on, Transportation Land? Appreciate you being here as always. Thank you so much for stopping in. Very much appreciated. And that finishes up those card packs, guys, that we've been looking at. Well, we started looking at during the last hockey card stream, and that finishes up those packs that we didn't get to during the last one. So now we're going to move on to this box. And this box is a card box that my dad gave to me. I have another one in my room as well with more cards in it, but we're definitely not going to get through all of these tonight. So I didn't bother to pull it out. But my dad gave me 2 of these boxes. I think they might have like a whole year set in them, like all the cards from every team for a single season, like 91 or 92, something like that. But I'm not entirely sure. I haven't looked in these in a long time. I went through them all the time when I was like a kid and stuff, but I really didn't. It's been a while since I've gone through them. They've been sitting in my room for a long time. So. It looks like we've got some randoms here, and then they get more ordered. Yeah, we got a bunch of Jets in a row, a bunch of Islanders, bunch of Kings. So it looks like it's a team set, but I've got some randoms in here as well. So let's take a look at the random cards because these were separated from the rest. So let's see. We got some random. Wow, we're off to a good start with the randoms, guys. Literally, the first card I pull out is a Ray Bourque, Boston Bruins captain card. Obviously, one of the greatest defensemen in NHL history. Incredible career. Already over 1,000 points. I don't know what year this card's from. Let me try and read it. It's, the light's way over there. It's dark in here. I can't really read well. Trying to get a date on this card. 1993. So this card is from 1993. Yeah, he already has over 1,000 career points as a defenseman in less than 1,000 games played. So obviously that just goes to show how great of a player Ray Bourque was. Quebec Nordiques again. Kerry Huffman. Not a player that I know overly well or anything like that, but a Kerry Huffman card with Quebec there. Phil Bourque. We got another Bourque here with the Pittsburgh Penguins. It's Phil Bourque. And he certainly had some good years in in his Penguins days for sure. But hang on, let me put it so you guys can see. There you go, Phil Bourque with the Penguins. Rich Sutter. Okay, here we go. We got a Rich Sutter card with the St. Louis Blues here. Obviously, that's a pretty good one. Hey, Raven Squad, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for being here. Very much appreciated. Vancouver Canucks here. Dixon Ward. Another player that I don't know, but right wing for the Vancouver Canucks. And he actually... wow, 52 points in his rookie season, so that's really good, actually. I don't know, maybe he never was that good again. I don't know. I don't know the name Dixon Ward, but he definitely put up good numbers there. Oh, here we go. Jason Weimer here with the Tampa Bay Lightning. This was the very, very early days of the Tampa Bay Lightning's history. And Jason Weimer, he was in the league for a while, actually, so... pretty well-known name there. But cool card. Don't have any others with him that I know of. Brian Smolinski. Hey, here we go. Boston Bruins, Brian Smolinski. He was a first-round draft pick of the Boston Bruins in 1990. So, you know, he went on to have a long NHL career. Was a pretty good player back in the day. He also played for, he played for a lot of teams, but I remember him playing with Montreal towards the end of his career, which was interesting because he was a Bruins draft pick. Gilbert Dion, Montreal Canadiens here, so we got a Canadiens card, and left wing for them. Not a guy I know overly well. Whoa, here we go. We got a Joseph Stumple rookie card. How many of you guys remember Joseph Stumple? Because I do. He played for the Bruins. I remember him being on the Bruins back in like the early 2000s. Like 2003, 2004, around then. Joseph Stumple was still on the Bruins. This is his rookie card from 1992-93. He also played for the Florida Panthers as well. That's interesting. Wow. That's really cool, actually. Yeah, wow. What a throwback name there. Joseph Stumple. Oh, here we go. Another, former Bruin. He's on the St. Louis Blues in this one. You guys probably aren't old enough to remember Joseph Stumple, but if you know 2000s NHL, you should know Joseph Stumple. Here's Craig Janney. He was a very, very good player in the NHL. Played for Boston for a while. This is obviously him with the St. Louis Blues. But Craig Janney this was right after he got traded to St. Louis. Yeah, wow. Craig Janney. What a card that one is. Here we go. Garth Butcher, captain of the St. Louis Blues. Another underrated throwback player here. Garth Butcher, defenseman. Big tough guy too. I mean, this guy was over 200 penalty minutes most years, so he could really, play tough physically as well. Very defensive defenseman, to say the least. Brian Savage. We got a Brian Savage card here with the Toronto. Jesus Christ. I don't know why I always mix up Toronto and Montreal. The Montreal Canadiens, Brian Savage here. That's a pretty cool one. Ken Baumgartner. Let's go. Ken Baumgartner here with the New York Islanders. He played for other teams as well. But pretty, definitely a tough guy in the NHL, to say the least. Very, very tough defenseman back in the day. Ken Baumgartner. What is this? Just one of those, just like an advertisement card from Upper Deck. There we go. Keep that off to the side. Matthew Schneider. Yo, let's go. Matthew Schneider, defenseman for the Montreal Canadiens. Why does this look blurry? This won't focus on the card at all. But Matthew Schneider here, he was a long, long time NHL defenseman. Played in the league for many, many years and was very, very good. Let's see. Whoa, here we go. Kirk Maltby. A very young Kirk Maltby with the Edmonton Oilers. This might even... Is this a rookie card? No, it doesn't say rookie on it, but... Man, he had no NHL statistics from at the point of this card. This was a very, very, very young Kirk Maltby, right as he's entering the NHL. He went on to have a very, very good NHL career. Hey, Sutton with the dono. Let's go. Everyone, get some dono hype up in the chat for Sutton. Thank you so much, bro. Very, very much appreciated. Let's go. Dono hype in the chat for Sutton. We got $1. Really, really appreciate it, man. Thank you very, very much. Oh, that's awesome. Let's go. Sutton with the dono. Oh, yeah. Cool Kirk Maltby card as well. He went on to have a great career. Baumgartner probably played both, THG. A lot of guys switched between defense and wing. A lot of defensemen who couldn't cut it as defensemen ended up playing wing. Or if you're Johnny Boychuk, you do the opposite and you start out as a winger and move back to play defense, which is rare, but that's what Boychuk did. Whoa! What is this? We have an OHL card in here. We've got an OHL card in here. Jamie Matthews from the OHL. I didn't even know I had junior hockey cards. Sudbury Wolves. That's really interesting there. I did not know I had OHL cards. Hey, is this Bill Ranford? Sure is. Here we go. Boston Bruins goaltender Bill Ranford here. So obviously he played for the Blues. Or no, he played for the Bruins and he played for the Oilers. And this is him back with the Bruins. So he went from Boston to Edmonton and then back to Boston. And one beer gone already. But a Bill Ranford card here. That's pretty good. Whoa, this looks old. Whoa, here we go. This is old. That's why it looks old. Ally Afraidy, Toronto Maple Leafs. Let's go. This is from... What year is this from? 1989. This card is a Topps card from 1989. Al Iafrate with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Obviously a very, very good defenseman for a long time in the NHL. Yeah, Bufflin played wing and then moved to D. He came in as a right wing with Chicago and then moved to D. Pissick and Matheson were D and they played forward this year. Yeah, you can change positions. It's not completely unheard of. What is this? Guy Lafleur. Awards and Achievement Guy Lafleur card. Let's go. You're showing him with a bunch of trophies. It's not like any particular award or anything like that. It's just one of those career achievement cards, and the camera's not going to focus. Are you kidding me? What is this thing doing? I get so mad at this. Focus! Is it that difficult? Like, really? Is it that difficult for this camera to focus properly? Oh my god. Sean Chambers, defenseman for the New Jersey Devils here. At this point, you can see New Jersey's jerseys have gotten the green out of them, and they're strictly red and black at this point. This card is from 1995. Yes, 1995. So, Sean Chambers, defenseman for the New Jersey Devils there. And we've got another... Whoa, this is a World Junior Tournament card. Also did not know that I had any of these. A World Junior Tournament card. And it's Alexei Zhitnik, who actually went on to have a very good NHL career. Alexei Zhitnik with the World Juniors card. With Team Russia. Wow. That's really cool. I had no idea that I had that. All right, what's this one? Oh, Dave Manson. Josh Manson's a dad. Obviously, Josh Manson now plays defense for the Anaheim Ducks. This is his father, Dave, with the Winnipeg Jets. So, Dave Manson card here. That's really cool. This is from 1994. 1994 card here. That's really good. Wow, we are ripping through these here. Oh, this is a good one. Brent Gretzky. Brent Gretzky with the Tampa Bay Lightning. Obviously, his brother, much more famous. Much better player. But here's Brent's card. That's actually a really cool one to have. I didn't know I had one. Brent Gretzky with the Tampa Bay Lightning. Edmonton Oilers defenseman Chris Joseph here. Not Curtis Joseph. When I first saw this, I thought it was going to say Curtis Joseph, but obviously he's a goaltender, not a defenseman. But Chris Joseph, defenseman for the Edmonton Oilers here. Don't know a ton about him. Looked like he was pretty low scoring. But D-man for Edmonton nonetheless. What is this? Another OHL card. Peterborough Pete's Scott Campbell. Peterborough Pete's OHL card. That's interesting. Defenseman. Don't know a lot about him. But he was NHL draft eligible in 1991. So there we go. Yeah, I love Josh Manson as well, Brandon. He's absolutely awesome. One of my favorite D-men, like defensive defensemen in the league for sure. Oh, here's a good one. Dallas Stars Mark Tenorti. When Tenorti was the captain. So this is Jared Tenorti, who now plays for the Nashville Predators. This is his father, Mark. And he played defense for a lot of teams in the NHL, but this is him with the, well, they had just moved to Dallas Stars. This, because it literally says North Stars on his entire, the entire back of his card says North Stars, and then obviously this would have been their first year. So 1993 would have been their first year in Dallas. So that's a cool one for sure. And he was captain of that team. So, and until you actually do that, I don't believe that you're going to donate $100. Hey, we've seen a bunch of this guy so far with the Winnipeg Jets. Pat Leniak. Obviously, he was a very, very good goal scorer and point producer with the Winnipeg Jets for a long time. And 74 points, 32 goals in 1989-90. So, yeah, wow. He's been in a lot of different packs that I've had, and he's also in this box as well. Another Matthew Schneider. Wow, this is literally the same card that I had earlier. So I've got two of these cards. Matthew Schneider with the Montreal Canadiens. So obviously we talked about him. Had a great NHL career. Another Winnipeg Jets here. Russ Romaniuk. Russ Romaniuk with the Winnipeg Jets. Doesn't look like... Whoa. Oh, no, that was in college. So this was before he even ever played in the NHL. He was a big-time goal scorer at North Dakota, though, in college. Not sure how his NHL career went. I don't know anything about him, so he certainly didn't become a superstar or anything like that, but he was a big-time goal scorer in college, that's for sure. Let's see here. We've got same card again. Gilbert Dion, who we've already seen this exact same card. So I've got two of these as well. That's pretty cool with the Montreal Canadiens. Hey, you guys love this guy. He got a lot of love in the last stream that we talked about him. Ulf Dahlin, Minnesota North Stars right winger. And again, pretty good numbers. Yeah, he could score goals for sure. He played for the Rangers as well, so that's obviously really cool. So another Ulf Dahlin card. Feel like I've got quite a few of those now. Ray Bourque, James Norris Memorial Trophy. So This is a Norris Trophy card for Ray Bourque, who won it in 1990 with the Boston Bruins. So, obviously a cool card there for one of the greatest defensemen of all time and one of the greatest Boston Bruins of all time. We've got Darren Pupa here. Tampa Bay Lightning goaltender, although he played for other teams before that. He played for the Sabres for a long time in the 80s, and now obviously in the early 80s and early 90s, and then obviously by this point, this card's from 1995, and he's with the Tampa Bay Lightning at this point, towards the end of his career. Oh, here's a good one. Dave Anderchuk. Obviously had a spectacular NHL career. This is him with the Buffalo Sabres. He obviously went on to win a Stanley Cup with the Tampa Bay Lightning in 2004. That was at the end of his career. This is him in 1990 with the Buffalo Sabres. And he actually holds the record for most career power play goals as Dave Anderchuk. So, very, very good player back in the day. I have no idea what this card is. So I'm just going to throw it over there. And we've got a Theo Fleury All-Star card. Let me show it the right way. Theo Fleury All-Star card here. Obviously a spectacular, spectacular player. Lightning fast, great shot. Incredibly good Calgary Flame legend. So Theo Fleury is definitely a absolute legend and a really cool card to have. So that does it for all the randoms that I have in this box. And the rest in this box, I think, are team sets, or like a year set where I have cards from like every team's card from that year. But we'll take a look here in a second. I just want to remind you guys to please hit that like button if you haven't already. For whatever reason, there are not a lot of likes on this stream. So please hit that like button, guys, and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Hopefully we got some more people in here as this goes along. Otherwise, this probably isn't going to be a very long stream. But let's see. Finished that beer. Not sure if I'm going to crack a second one or not yet. Let's pull these out. So I got quite the stack here. But I believe these are ordered by team, and they should all be from the same year. So we're going to find out here. Islander, let's see, Jets, then Islanders, but I don't want to. All right, so there's the cutoff. So here are my Winnipeg Jets cards, NHL Pro set, all from, let's see, what year? 1990, I believe. Maybe 91. Nope, 1990. All right, so all of these cards, guys, that I talk about from now on for the rest of this box are going to be from 1990. And they're ordered by team, I believe. Yeah, it should be by team all through this set. And they're NHL Pro sets here. And we've got, starting off with the Winnipeg Jets, we've got Dale Hawerchuk. So he was traded, actually. It says it on the card. This is going to be way too small for you guys to see. But you guys see that yellow stripe on the side here? It says traded to Sabres on June 6, 1990. So this card was made, and then I guess they added this on after that. This was when he was traded from Winnipeg to the Buffalo Sabres. So Hawerchuk's obviously a legend, very, very good player. Here we go. Right wing, Greg Pezlowski. Don't really know much about him. Haven't heard of him before. But he, first year in Winnipeg had 48 points. So not a bad player there. Do I remember Manon Rayom? Yes, absolutely, Brandon. Absolutely. Randy Carlyle, let's go. Winnipeg Jets defenseman Randy Carlyle. Obviously, he went on to coach for many, many years in the NHL and was a very good coach for a long time in the NHL. But this is him playing defense for the Winnipeg Jets. Brent Ashton, another guy I really don't know much about. And looking at his point totals, he was actually pretty good. 50-point season, 60-point season, 50-point season. So pretty good player here for Brent Ashton. I don't know anything about him. Never really heard of him. Dave McElwain, another guy I really don't know a whole lot about. Interesting, but this is obviously still Winnipeg. Hey, here we go. Another one. I've got a bunch of this guy's card. It's Pat Oliniak again. So we've talked a lot about him and how good of a goal scorer he was. Winger for Winnipeg. And I got another one of his cards here. Paul Fenton. Here we go. Paul Fenton, obviously a pretty well-known name now around the hockey world. And this is back when he was a player, playing center for the Winnipeg Jets. And finally, my last Jets card is Bob Essensa. So obviously, he went on to be a goalie coach and was a very, very good goaltender back in the day. But this is him with the Winnipeg Jets. And cool goalie card there. So that's it for Winnipeg. Next up is the New York Islanders. I seem to have a lot more Islanders cards for sure than Jets here. Absolutely. So let's try and keep these separated as best that I can. I got a pretty good stack of Islanders cards here. David Volek. Let's see, what did he play? What position? Right wing with the New York Islanders here. So, David Volek here with the Isles. These are all going to be 1990 New York Islanders. Randy Wood. I'll show you guys this one. It's Randy Wood. Alan Kerr. So, here we go. We've got an Alan Kerr card here with the Isles. Gary Nyland. Wow. All right, that's pretty good. Gary Nyland here. Depth guy for the New York Islanders. Patrick Flatley. This was a time when the Islanders weren't very good, to be honest, in the early 90s like this. But Patrick Flatley there. Doug Crossman. Doug Crossman here, another card, another player, defenseman that I really don't know that well. Here we go. Here's a good one. Pat LaFontaine, obviously Islanders legend to say the least. Very, very good goal scorer, very good player. Jeff Norton. Jeff Norton here, another pretty well-known name around the hockey world. Here's him as a player with the Isles. Brian Trottier, very definitely nearing the end of his career at this point. Nearing the end of his career for sure at this point, but he's still with the New York Islanders. Early 90s, Brian Trottier. Brent Sutter. We got another Sutter card here, which is always cool. Lots of Sutters have played in the NHL. Here is Brent with the Isles. Derek King, another guy I don't know a whole lot about, but here's a Derek King card. Don Maloney with the New York Islanders, winger for them. And Hubie McDonough. Hubie McDonough with the New York Islanders as well. So there we go. We just ripped through the Isles part of this. Next up we got LA Kings. Wow, we got we got quite the stack of Kings cards as well. And damn, here we go. Let's see if I gotta get all of them without, still Kings. Calgary's up. All right, here we go. Wow, big stack of LA Kings cards here, guys. Wow, all right. And we're off to a good start. John Tonelli. So we got a 1990 John Tonelli card here. Steve Casper, as I drop it. Underrated player back in the day for sure. But here's Steve Casper. He also played for the Bruins, which is why I know that name pretty well, because he played for Boston for a while. Mike Krushelnyski, another former Bruin with the LA Kings. He also played for Edmonton as well. I actually got a signed picture of his in my room right over here. Mike Krushelnyski, he was a pretty good player back in the day for sure. Tomas Sandstrom, I talked about him and... I talked about another... I talked about Patrick Sundstrom, I think. But Tomas Sandstrom, another good player who was pretty underrated. He played for the New York Rangers and then also went to LA. As you can see him in the Kings uniform here. Dave Taylor. Dave Taylor, one of the most underrated players in NHL history. He was so good. And people just don't remember Dave Taylor. And they should, because he was a very good player. And played with the Kings for a long time. Also, these Kings jerseys, guys, I wish is what LA would go back to. I wish they would go back to their early 90s uniforms. I think they'd be so much better than what they wear now, which are I think LA's jerseys now are some of the worst in the league. I really wish they'd go back to that early 90s design and bring back that silver full time, and especially their white jerseys are so good. So good. Tom Laidlaw with the LA Kings here, 1990. Brian Benning. Don't know a whole lot about him, but here's Brian Benning. He was a defenseman with LA. Hey, Danny, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping in and watching. Much appreciated. Remember, guys, to please hit that like button. Drop a like on the stream and give this video the thumbs up. And please subscribe if you're new as well. That would really help out a lot. Kelly Rudy. We've talked about some of his cards here as well. Kelly Rudy. Very good goaltender in the 80s and 90s, and obviously here with LA, where he spent a number of seasons. Luc Robitaille, another absolute star, as I drop this as well. Absolute... Oh, God, what did I just hit? Oh, whoops. Absolute star at the NHL level here. Luc Robitaille. I need to stop dropping these. Larry Robinson. Holy crap. This is obviously Robinson towards the end of his career. Very much towards the end of his career. But Larry Robinson here, obviously awesome card. Steve Duchesne. Don't really know a whole lot about him. But cool one there. Tony Granato. Tony Granato. Another guy who put a very good NHL career together and was solid for a long time in the NHL. Bob Kudelski. Don't really know much about him. But obviously he's in the LA Kings pack here. Todd Ellick. Another guy I really don't know all that well. But here we go. Marty McSorley. Marty McSorley, Wayne Gretzky's bodyguard in the Enforcer Hall of Fame. One of the biggest fighters of the late 80s and 90s in the NHL. Big time penalty minutes for sure. Played with Gretzky in Edmonton. Played with Gretzky. Went with Gretzky to LA. Semenko was Gretzky's original bodyguard, but Marty McSorley became Gretzky's bodyguard when Semenko started getting older. And that leaves the great one himself, Wayne Gretzky here with the LA Kings, 1990. Obviously, shortly after the trade that sent him there. So there are the Kings cards, guys, from 1990. And maybe we'll do one more team. Yeah, we'll do one more team, and then I'm going to stop doing cards for tonight. Then we can just talk a little bit if you guys want to, or we can just end the stream. Oh, shoot. We were out of order here. There's more Jets cards that weren't in order. Wow, I mean, I had no idea. I haven't looked at these in ages. No wonder there were so few Jets cards. I've got Flames randomly thrown in here as well. Damn, these were not ordered. I mean, again, I haven't looked at these really since I was a little kid. So I'm not surprised that they're not ordered properly or anything like that. Let's talk about these Jets players that we didn't talk about. And maybe we'll get them in the correct pile now as I try to start to order this thing. So we've got some more Winnipeg Jets here. Paul McDermott. Paul McDermott here with Winnipeg. Center for Winnipeg. Wow, here we go. Teppo Numminen. Very young Teppo Numminen. He played a very, very long NHL career, for sure. And I played with Buffalo as well, but this is him with Winnipeg very early on in his career. Laurie Boschman. Don't really know much about him, but here's Laurie Boschman with Winnipeg. I got to get these with the rest of Winnipeg cards now. Fred Olausen. Don't really know much about him, but here's Fred Olausen. Hey, Maddie, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here. Mo Mantha, another guy I'm not too familiar with. Looks like a depth player to me, but Mo Mantha. He definitely has a grade A, late 80s mustache here for sure. And David Ellett, another guy I really don't know. So Teppo Numminen. Definitely the big card out of that one, but I'll put them with the rest of the Winnipeg cards. And then we had those two Flames cards that were kind of out of position. There were only two Flames cards, and then it was switched to the Sabres. So I don't know how much of this is like out of order, how much is in order. Yeah, see, these Buffalo cards aren't with the rest of the Buffalo cards either, I don't think. So I definitely need to go through this and put the cards in the right order. But I'm not going to do that tonight, right now or anything. But yeah, alright, so the rest of these are not in order. I'll get them in order before we do hockey cards again and have the whole team sets ready. I literally haven't looked at these in years. My dad gave me these boxes when they were his. He gave them to me when I was a little kid, and they've been sitting in my room now for years, and I haven't touched them. So that's really cool, but that's pretty much, that's what I've got for cards for right now. Again, once I get the rest of these boxes organized, we'll definitely do this again, and we will look at the rest of them once they're ordered, and we can go team by team and look at them. But for right now, we can just sit and chat if you guys want. There's not a whole lot of people here watching, so I don't know what you guys want to do. This has been kind of a dud of a stream. Remember to hit that like button, guys, and give it the thumbs up. That helps a lot. But yeah, we can just chat a little bit if you guys want, maybe for another 15 minutes or so, and then I'm probably going to sign off for the night. I've got to take a shower and get ready for, I don't have to get ready for bed. I could probably work on a couple things as well. Oh, yeah, Maddie, you missed a bunch of Islanders cards, dude. I got Pat LaFontaine. I got multiple Pat LaFontaine with the Isles. Another Mick Vukoda card. A Glenn Healy card when he was the goaltender. I got a special collector's choice Pat LaFontaine card. That one was really cool. So yeah, there were some good Isles cards throughout the night for sure. Yeah, Steve Mason, Brandon. He was like such an inconsistent goalie. Like, he was so good at times and then so not good at other times. Like, he was just so inconsistent, and then he ended up obviously being out of the league. But he had a few really good years and then a few not good years at all. And it was just very interesting NHL career, to say the least. They're not out anymore, Maddie. I got them put away. Back in the box. I don't even... I'd have to go through all the packs again to even find them. Wow. Ripping Snapchat notifications right now. I mean, I guess that's good, but... Yeah, so the 2 bottles of Pink Whitney and the Captain Morgan I bought today. If you have me on Snap, you obviously probably saw my story. Those might be gone by Monday night. We'll see. Those might be gone because it's Memorial Day weekend. Gonna be at my friend's probably most of the weekend. Big party with all of us. So, yeah, those probably won't last very long, to be honest, Maddie. Actually thinking that those could possibly last a month. I have no idea why I set the over-under on those lasting at 1 month. There's a 0% chance that any of those bottles have anything left in them a month from now. They're probably going to be empty after this, certainly, maybe not after this weekend, but certainly this week. So I don't know why I set the over-under at a month there. It should have been on a week, but... yeah, this is going to be a pretty fun one. Tomorrow I'm going to record a bunch of videos because it's supposed to be kind of lousy weather here. I didn't do any videos today because it was literally the best day of the year so far in 2020 weather-wise here today. It was like 80 degrees. It was really, really nice out. So much fun. I spent pretty much all day outside, so I didn't do any videos today. I didn't do, I didn't do any videos today, so I'm going to do videos for tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday, all done, all recorded tomorrow, try and get them up and scheduled, so then Sunday and Monday I'm probably just going to be with my friends, so that will get us through this weekend, and then we'll be into next week, so we'll see what happens. Do I think that the Islanders will go after Hoffman? Yeah, I mean, obviously they're going to be looking for scoring. I think any scorer on the free agent market, like Hoffman, like Dadonov, like Hall, although I don't know if they'll pay the price for Hall. They probably won't pay the price for Hall. But yeah, Hoffman, Dadonov, anyone who can add offense like that to the Islanders lineup is someone that they're going to be going for, because that's obviously the big issue with them is we know about their defense, we know about their shutdown, Barry Trotz style, but scoring, they need goals, and yeah, it's going to be interesting. I definitely see them being on the market for a scorer in free agency 100%. Boston's chances in the playoffs, I don't think Boston's going very deep, honestly. They're talking about having like that round robin between the 4 best teams to determine seeding. I think Boston would lose to Washington, Philadelphia, and Tampa Bay. I literally think Boston would lose to any of those 3 teams. So Boston might literally end up being the 4 seed, even though they were supposed to be the 1 seed. And no matter where they end up, I don't think they're going. They should win the first round, maybe the second round too. But I don't see them going to the cup again or winning the cup or anything like that. I just don't think. I just feel like there's. I feel like there's much better teams out there, but I didn't expect Boston to be a first place team this year. When you look at my. When you look at my predictions from the beginning of the year, I thought Tampa Bay was going to be better than Boston. I thought, probably teams like Washington and Pittsburgh were going to be better than Boston. So I was already pleasantly surprised with how good Boston was to begin with. this season. But when it comes to the playoffs, I mean, sure, they could go deep again. Absolutely could go deep again, but they also could get knocked out very early on. I mean, I think these playoffs, especially after basically not having hockey for 3 months, it's basically going to be a complete reset for all of these teams. And at that point, it basically becomes coin flips. It's going to be a coin flip as to who wins and who doesn't. So, we'll see what happens. But I'm looking forward to a 24 team postseason. I think, obviously, like I've said, it's not something I want all the time. But given the current circumstances, I think it's going to be a lot of fun to see these underdog teams come in and see if they can knock out some of the higher seeds. Which I think is very, very much a possibility. Will Barzal get offer sheeted? Yeah, he might get offer sheeted, Brandon, but the Islanders are going to give him as much as he gets. So Matt Barzal will be on the New York Islanders next season. They will match any offer that is given to Barzal. Barzal is the Islanders' offense. He literally is the Islanders' offense. So no matter what anyone does to try and get Barzal, unless you're like the Edmonton Oilers and offering up Connor McDavid, well, obviously that's not happening. And barring some ridiculous trade like that, Barzal's gonna be a New York Islander. They'll match whatever. Yeah, it does. Danny, it does very much kind of have a March Madness feel to it, and I love that. Again, and it's not something I'd want every year. It's not something that I would want them to permanently change the playoff format to. But given the current circumstances, with everything that's happened, I think it's going to be really, really fun. And really exciting as a fan to watch, to see which teams end up on top, which teams don't. Which underdogs are able to win, which ones get knocked out right away. I think it's going to be really interesting and a lot of fun to watch. Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean, Crosby or Ovi? Oh my God, you cannot compare Sidney Crosby and Alex Ovechkin. They're completely different players. They're not even remotely comparable players. They're literally opposites. I mean, I guess they would be more opposites if one was a defenseman, but one's a winger, one's a center, one's a goal scorer, one's a playmaker. They're literally opposites. There is no comparing Sidney Crosby and Alex Ovechkin. They're not comparable. They're too different of players. They're very, very different. I'm not getting into the Crosby versus Ovechkin debate. I will never get into that debate. It's a stupid debate. There's literally no way to compare them. They're completely different players. Not even remotely similar. Bergeron or Giroux? Oh, give me Bergeron. Bergeron's two-way game is unmatched. Patrice Bergeron's two-way game is absolutely unmatched in the league. Give me Patrice Bergeron. I love Claude Giroux. I mean, I'm a big fan. I've been a big fan of the Flyers over the years. I'm a huge fan of Claude Giroux. I love Jake Voracek. I loved Wayne Simmons. I've loved the Flyers, but give me Bergeron all day. Give me Patrice Bergeron. He's just unbelievable. His two-way game is unreal. Hey, get some dono hype in the chat, guys. Maddie with the $1. Let's go. That is absolutely awesome, man. Thank you very, very much. Very much appreciated, as always, bro. Really, really does mean a lot. So thank you so much for that. That's awesome. Maddie with the $1 dono. Let's go. So Sutton with a dono tonight. Maddie with a dono tonight. You guys are awesome. It really does mean a lot. So thank you very much. Is Dino Ciccarelli the best or second best undrafted player of all? Honestly, THG, I would have to do research on that. I honestly don't know. undrafted players or anything like that. So I really don't know. Damn, yeah. Dino Ciccarelli was a fantastic NHLer. He had a great career for sure. I don't know like other undrafted players to compare him to. Hey, all right, Maddie, sounds good, man. So I'll I don't know if it's gonna be gone Monday. We'll find out. I'm sure my Snap story is gonna be full over the weekend, so you'll probably see. But I don't know if it's gonna be gone by Monday. I don't think it's gonna last 10 days though. That's for sure. I highly doubt it will still be around come next week, but we'll see. That's 3 bottles though. That is 3 750s. I don't know. It depends on how much my friends how hard we go this weekend with my friends. Do I know Dave Mishkin? The name sounds vaguely familiar, Brandon, but I can't think of who he is off the top of my head. But we'll see. Yeah, Marty St. Louis obviously was an incredible player for being undrafted. For sure. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about that. Sorry, I'm answering Snapchats now. My bad. My bad. All right. Yeah, it will probably be gone by 10 days, Maddie, for sure, especially given this weekend. I would say it's definitely going to be gone by 10 days. Oh, radio announcer for Tampa Bay? No, I really don't. Then no, I don't really know him then, because I've never heard Tampa Bay's radio call or anything. Yeah, I'm not sure, Brandon, on him. All right. All right. I mean, I don't really have anything else, guys, so I'm probably going to be ending this here pretty soon. We're closing in on an hour and a half. I was going to say something I completely forgot, but thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Obviously, this wasn't like a huge stream or anything, but that's people probably have other stuff going on, and that's fine. Not salty about it or anything. But we'll try next week, and we'll do another stream at some point next week for sure. And this was a fun one, looking at some more hockey cards, which is always cool. I'm gonna try and get these boxes of hockey cards organized before I do them again. So I'll try and get them organized by team, so everything's in the right order. But again, I haven't looked at these in years, so I'm not surprised that they're not particularly ordered right now. I was probably a little kid the last time I actually went through them. So, but yeah, we'll definitely do hockey cards again in the future. Obviously, we had the big news that the NHLPA has agreed to the 24-team playoffs. That doesn't guarantee that it's going to happen yet. Obviously, there's still a lot of things for the league to work out, but it's with no doubt a massive step forward towards bringing hockey back, because they now have a format agreed upon. So it does look like we're hopefully going to get hockey this summer and be able to finish out this season. And obviously that will be really cool and should be a lot of fun to watch. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Rick Jaranet is definitely a god. Great announcer for the Buffalo Sabres. Say no like Squidward. All right, let's see if I can do it right. No. All right, I don't know how that sounded on your part, but that's my best at a Squidward one right now. Any new Spartans videos soon? Man, I haven't played NHL in probably a week and a half. Whenever the last stream was that I played NHL, which I think was during the week last week, was the last time that I played any video games at all. So it's been a while. I'll probably get one or two recorded at some point this week, Brandon, and get those up throughout the week. But yeah, it's been a while since I've touched my Xbox, so maybe at some point. The weather's nice now. That's the thing, is I'm outside a lot more. I'm doing things. I'm working. I've got other stuff to do when it's really nice out. Like when we were going through that stretch of bad weather, it was easy to play video games at random times because it was raining out. There was nothing to do. Everyone was locked down. Now lockdowns are lifted. I'm going to my friends again. The weather's really nice. Like it's harder to find time to play video games at this point. But I'll definitely get a couple done at some point this week, I would think. I should try the Target pack. 4 packs for $10. That's not bad, Maddie. I haven't gotten new hockey cards in a long time. But maybe I'll have to check that out for sure. And try and get some new ones and then open them for you guys on stream. That'd be really cool. Yeah, 100% a step in the right direction, Brandon. Absolutely. Absolutely a step in the right direction. So, yeah, Sutton. Jesus, Sutton. You are making me laugh with that every time. I'm not going to say it again because you're probably going to screen record it and then start posting it in the Discord or something. Or sending it to Amanda. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna say it, but that is pretty funny. But that's gonna do it for this one, guys. Pretty light stream tonight, but just want to get another one done, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. So that's pretty much gonna do it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Very, very much appreciated as always. And I'll definitely have videos coming out over the next few days. I'm gonna be recording a bunch tomorrow and getting them scheduled to drop over the next few days. So we should have plenty of those. And that's pretty much going to do it for this one. And I'll talk to you guys very soon, hopefully. And again, thank you for all the support. That's pretty much going to be it. So with that, guys, good night. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. And I'll be talking to you guys very, very soon.